What if I told you that some of the most impressive pitching performances this season aren't just about raw talent, but a masterclass in adaptation, luck, and timing? Let's talk about 4 starting pitchers who've defied expectations, each with their own story of resurgence, strategy, and maybe a little cosmic alignment. These aren't just stat lines, they're narratives of how pitchers manipulate their arsenals, exploit weaknesses, and sometimes, just sometimes, get a break from the universe. Take Noah Cameron, for instance. Before July, he looked like a cautionary tale, struggling with a 4.95 ERA and a BOBIP that felt like a curse. But then, something shifted. He started trusting his cutter, slider, and changeup more, dialing back that four-seamer that had been his go-to. And boom, suddenly, he's inducing ground balls at a 45.9% clip. Now, here's the thing. Pitchers who rely on command over velocity often have these explosive stretches when everything clicks. But let's not kid ourselves, his .219 BOBIP since July is suspiciously low. That's not sustainable forever. Yet, if he keeps locating those off-speed pitches as well as he has, maybe this isn't just a fluke. It's a blueprint. Then there's Troy Melton, the unsung hero of the Tigers' rotation. He's ranked in the top 20 on Fangraphs Player Rater, but no one picked him in the top 300. Why? Because his stuff isn't elite. 101 stuff plus is solid, but not mind-blowing. But here's the kicker, he's generating weak contact across multiple pitches. His four-seamer, cutter, and slider are all getting .255 WOBA or lower against righties. That's not just skill, it's a puzzle. How does a pitcher with average stuff force hitters into the worst contact of their lives? It's like he's got a secret weapon, consistency. But let's be real, his 95.2% strand rate is basically a miracle. Only one pitcher since 2021 has done that. So while his xERA suggests he's legit, I'm still waiting for the universe to balance things out. Will it? Or is Melton the new Robbie Ray? Now, let's talk about Hunter Brown and his shoulder injury saga. He came back from the IL with a 5.22 ERA, looking like a ghost of his former self. But then, poof, he started throwing sinkers more, and suddenly, his stuff plus jumped to 106. His sinker, which now drops 2 extra inches with an inch of fade, is becoming his weapon of choice. The numbers say his xERA is 3.56, which is basically his career mark. But here's the rub, his walk rate is still a concern. A 13% BB% isn't great, and his ball rate is up. Is this a sign of his shoulder healing, or is he just throwing more strikes by accident? I'm leaning toward the former. If he can keep that improved command, he's a deep league gem. But if the shoulder flares up again? Well, let's just say his 2025 season might be the outlier, not the norm. And finally, Logan Henderson, back from a back injury, throwing cutters like they're going out of style. He's got a 2.67 ERA since July, with a 27.5% KBB%. But here's the twist, his cutter doesn't have elite stuff plus, but he commands it like it's his favorite toy. A 109 location plus. That's not just good, it's elite. And he's using it more against both lefties and righties, cutting down on changeups and four-seamers. It's like he's saying, why throw pitches I can't control when I've got this cutter that hitters can't handle? His career numbers back this up, 26.5% strikeouts and 12.6% swinging strikes. But with only 75 innings under his belt, is this a fluke or a sign of something bigger? I'm leaning toward the latter. If he can keep this up, he's not just a deep league option, he's a revelation. So what's the takeaway here? These pitchers aren't just riding luck, they're making calculated adjustments. They're finding the right mix of pitches, exploiting weaknesses, and, in some cases, getting a little help from the universe. But sustainability? That's the real question. Will their success hold, or will the pendulum swing back? One thing's for sure, in a game where every pitch matters, these 4 are rewriting their stories, one fastball, one cutter, one lucky ground ball at a time.